Which one? This one. Okay. Is it on? Okay, you want to use Phil? You want to stand here? I don't see Phil yet. Yeah. Good morning.
She said you have to hold it really close.
Good morning. Okay, now we're being heard. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Jane Beard, the current president of Abilene Heritage Square, and it's my honor to welcome you on behalf of the board to this informational session about the Abilene Heritage Square project. This project has been over 7 years in the making, and a great many people have donated their time and expertise to examine a variety of possible uses for this historic campus. There have been countless meetings, trips to see other facilities, and experts consulted before the board of Heritage Square arrived at the plan that you're going to hear about today. So I'd first like to take this opportunity to publicly express appreciation not only to the 30 members of the Abilene Heritage Square board, but also to those who served on committees, attended meetings, and toured the building, giving us their insight and advice. Particular thanks goes to the executive committee, as well as city librarian Lori Grumet and her staff, the Friends of the Abilene Public Library, who do so very much for library services in Abilene, and Robert Hanna and the city of Abilene for keeping these wonderful buildings safe until it was time to bring new life to this campus, which is so much a part of the heritage of our community. So now the real work begins. While we're meeting today in the library, which is a major focus of the project, it's important to know that while Abilene Heritage Square is going to contain a state-of-the-art new public library, it's going to have other exciting elements that will work together to make this facility a very special place for everyone in Abilene. So it's my pleasure to introduce Laura Moore, the Executive Director of the Grace Museum, who will tell you more about the project.
Thanks, Jane. I'm just going to and Rick, who understands the world completely in the world of design, is going to show you the elements of the project and walk us through it. And I will just start with the library. If you orient yourself on the map, that the design that he is going to show you, there you go, okay.
The site plan?
Yes.
Start with the site plan.
On the right-hand side is South First, and then the tracks, and West is at the top. Now, can you hear me better? Okay. There's 62,000 square feet of library space, and this has been talked about, but worth mentioning, fully furnished and equipped contemporary library space. Approximately 50% will be new construction, as you can see evident in the glass on the side, and the other 50% will be historic renovated construction in the west wing of the building, so the original building. Okay, now let's move to the auditorium. The auditorium, and some of you may have been in it, this historic auditorium, is adjacent to the library in the 1923 historic academic building. And it will have 700 seats. It'll be great for meetings, for speakers, recitals, concerts, and weddings, and a plethora of other things. And of course, the library will use it all the time. The Academy. In the upper floor of the west wing, adjacent to the auditorium, there will be classroom space. This is for a new concept you will be soon hearing more about, and it is called the Stone Owl Academy. It is a no-cost program for high school juniors and seniors who will be spending 30 classroom hours learning about this nation's foundations, ideals, and constitutional principles, while earning the Stone Owl designation and a scholarship for college or trade school. Coffee. There will be a coffee shop, I'm going to show you, yeah, that will serve all of Heritage Square. Okay.
I shouldn't have cut it.
All good.
Let's try that.
I'm going to show them the coffee shop.
Coffee shop and into the shop.
Yes, and there'll be a multi-use meeting room in the old industrial shop. Some of you may be familiar with where that is, and the coffee shop will be against that. The gym, the 1929 Eagles Nest Gymnasium, which is really in great shape, but amazingly great historic feel when you walk in. It'll be completely renovated and available for event rentals such as proms, family reunions, weddings, craft fairs, civic clubs, and many more community events. It will include a catering kitchen, and more than 400 will be able to be seated at tables in the gym. The lawn. The west lawn at the square.
Here we go.
He's doing such a fine job. Will be landscaped and prepared to be suitable for outdoor concerts, festivals, and special events. Now, something that comes up many times when you take on a project such as this is, will there be parking? Yes, there will be ample parking at the complex for all that we see it holding. The last component I want to talk about is at Abilene Heritage Square is a satellite location for the Grace Museum. This is in addition to what is already offered at 102 Cypress. A second children's museum will be here with a science focus, additional programming space, and an exhibit hall. I want to talk a little bit about the cost for this venture. This is a large project, but one that has great momentum. The overall cost for new and renovated construction, and let's stop and say this, all furnishings, is estimated at $41.5 million. That does include $1.5 million for endowment, which addresses things that obviously go wrong in buildings through the years. Now, this is the real important part. I am very pleased to report that over 75%, or $32.5 million, has already been raised. This project is at no cost for Abilene or Taylor County taxpayers. We are already working hard on additional grants, corporate and individual gifts to finish out the project. Construction on the present building will begin soon, and it was built in 1923. So it is our goal that the renewed complex will be completed and open to the public by the 100th anniversary in 2023. Now, I'll be glad to answer any questions. Yes.
So, just to clarify, the rest of the money will be raised for the complex?
Yes.
Grants and other things that you can apply for?
Yes. You know, the type of project that it is eligible for a lot of interest from a lot of different foundations across Texas specifically. The historic element is a trigger point for many. They're thrilled to see somebody save a building like this or a complex like this. Another one is libraries. People understand more and more the importance of a grand library. And so we feel very excited even about the potential of the money that can be raised. Additionally, corporations, you know, at the local level, you know, have a desire to be a part of and investing in something like this that really leaves a footprint on a community. And then individuals. You know, this complex has had a building for schools since 1890 there on that land. There have been 3 different schools. This one was built in 23. It has touched a lot of lives. A lot of people's grandmother, sister, whatever, went to Abilene High or Lincoln. And so it is indeed a legacy project that I think a lot of people will step forward and want to be a part of.
So just to clarify, the city will deed the building to you in the lease space there at the 60 cents per square foot they talked about. So, but you guys will be providing all the furnishings.
Yes, so this is a Christmas present. You know, if you drive by today, you should see a wonderful big blue banner that talks about the things to come. And you can see our mascot, the owl, owl. And if you get out of your car and you look up above, you will see the owl above the front door. So this is a homage to the past, and it's a progressive look toward the future. But yes, it will cover that cost. And we're still in process, but we're in a very grand process in that term. Brian? Yes?
It seems like this project's been over 7 years in the making, so what really sparked this project?
Well, I think there's just a long-term love that many have just stepped up and joined, you know, and I pay a great compliment to Jane Beard and to Bill Mentor and others who stepped up and sat on the steps and said we should save it. But a lot of other people have stepped forward. And I think, you know, just like anything in life, this is the right time and the right place because our city administration is absolutely outstanding. And the people who have come forth to be a part of this are the best. And so this is just the moment it was supposed to happen. Now that's going to be a city decision, and our city manager, Robert Hanna, kind of touched on last night all that would need to be addressed in this facility should they try to save it. So I don't know the exact future of it, but I think that we more than have addressed the fact that it's time to move. Well, I appreciate you all being here today, and I appreciate you being on this journey with us, and I think it's a very exciting time to be an Abilenian. And do you want to say
we
something?
have zip drives available
yes.
for these images
Yes.
for the press.
For the press, we
For
have
the
zip
media.
drives.
If you'd like those. So
Yeah. And we're available throughout this project to share, you know, our adventure, because this is our adventure. So this is going to be an exciting time for us all. Anything else? Yes.
Mr. Mentor.
Bill, would you like to close this out?
I'm supposed to close it.
And
You're hard
yours.
to follow.
No, not true.
Yeah.
Not true, Bill Minner.
No, just really my function. I'm Bill Mentor, Vice President of the board, and I just wanted to add my thanks to all of you for being here. And my name is up there on the news release as the contact, so I'll be glad to. I don't know if I can answer your question, but I will. My function will be to try to point you in the right direction as we go on. But I'd invite you to stay and give some shots of the boards and detail and visit with board members who are here. And I just wanted to thank you for being here. Also on the press release at the bottom, there are special, if you have a particular interest in learning more about the library or other aspects of the project, there are others who can answer questions as well. But I can maybe point you in a right direction. So thank you all for coming, and just informally have a look at what's here. Thank you. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Bob Nutt from Zachary Associates. Just wanted to introduce myself.
Wonderful.
Do you have a copy of this?
I do not.
Okay, that has tons of information.
Wonderful. I'm
Hopefully.
super excited.
Good.
All right, thank you.
You bet.